Alright guys, how's it going? So I've been to the cafe and I've reviewed today's Spanish football dailies for you. That's right. You'll be glad to know that this isn't going to be a long video because I'm in a rush. I'm going to the football myself today. I discussed that more over on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. You'll see me getting ready for the game, making all the sandwiches for everyone on the minibus and that. Didn't think we were going today because we couldn't get a bus. The driver couldn't make it, but now we can, so we're all buzzing. Anyway, listen, let's get into this because I ain't got a lot of time. So Mamardashvili and Valencia face Girona today. That's this evening. Valencia is on a good run, although they haven't won away from home yet this season. Girona are 13th in the table, Valencia are 4th from bottom, joint on points with Alaves just above them and the Leganes below them who are in the drop zone. Mamardashvili he's made some howlers recently, so he'll be hoping that the gods are on his side this evening. Talking of gods, my boy Iago Aspas is in action, or should be in action for Celta Vigo today. They play this afternoon. They're at Valladolid. Celta are enjoying their best run of the season, 5 games unbeaten, picking up 11 from their last 15 points. Valladolid, they're rock bottom. Celta are 9th. Animo Aspas, vamos! My man! Stefan Bajčetić was in action for Las Palmas last night. They sealed a last-minute draw against visitors Alaves. Las Palmas rescued a point after coming back from 2 goals down. Despite only playing the first half, Las Palmas supporters said that Bajčetić was one of the best players of the game. Although Marco only gave him a 1-star rating out of 3, but that's probably because he didn't play the second half. I would rather listen to the supporters of the team. In context, just about every one of his teammates was given a 1-star rating. I did a little digging for you and I found some stats. I can't verify them, but I'll share them with you. Accurate passes, 23 out of 28, that's 82%. Chances created 1, final third passes 2. Accurate long balls, 2 out of 5, which is 40%. Tackles 1, 1 out of 2, 50%. Blocks 0, clearances 1, ground duels 1, 3 out of 4, 75%. I've reached out to the supporters club to ask them to keep me updated on Bajčetić's performances. And the next time they're in televised action, I'll try and take a look for you. But I think overall, he had a good game last night. Whether the stats make him sound good or not, I don't know. But that's promising as we look to next season, maybe. Zubimendi and Real Sociedad's controversial night at Old Trafford. Mark have an article titled, "How much did you pay the referee?" which is in relation to Real Sociedad being robbed at Old Trafford on Thursday. Bruno Fernandes got to keep the match ball after he scored a hat-trick in the game. Signed by his teammates, closer examination of the ball when zoomed in, excuse me, showed that one of his teammates, had written, "How much did you pay the referee?" They'd actually wrote that on the ball. United were awarded 3 controversial penalties on the night. That's what that's all about. And Marca, they write that the refereeing went down in Real Sociedad history as the cruelest and most terrible decisions ever made against the team. And the club's official X account posted a photo of the referee with the following caption, "The devil wore blue." Zubimendi and Cuba, 2 players Liverpool have previously been interested in, didn't have great games, but if you follow my channel, you'll know that both of them were not 100% fit in that game. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets a mention in Sport today for missing the cup final. That's interesting to me because it shows an interest in the individual player. It wasn't like a write-up about the match, so to speak. It was just, it was about him with a photo of him, if you like. I mean, yeah, the touch on the game, but it was just like, I don't know, I felt like it was more about Trent. No big deal at all, but it shows that the print media here do have an interest in him, I think. And that's a pro-Barca newspaper. It wasn't one of the Madrid-based papers. I spoke to the cafe owner today. He's an Atletico Madrid fan. He couldn't believe that Liverpool have 3 players that could potentially leave on frees. He asked me what I thought will happen with all 3 of them, and obviously I gave him my views. You guys know that. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I do still have a bad chest. He spoke very highly of Salah and Virgil, in particular Salah. Most of us would do that, I think. But the thing is here, it interests me how other nationalities think about us, though. Like, we know how we feel. He doesn't support Liverpool. He's not English, you know what I mean? But I like to, I just like to tune in and see what other people of other supporters of other clubs in England and overseas, Do you get, what I mean? Yeah, I like that. I like to see what other people think. I know this probably won't mean a lot to many of you, but it was the longest conversation I've ever had with the cafe owner. And it was in Spanish. All of it was in Spanish. And I wouldn't have been able to do that 6 months ago. And I just want to thank, those of you that support these videos, especially this video, when I do the paper review. Because, it's got me out. It's got me to the cafe every day. That's good for my mind, I think, getting out rather than just being sat at a computer somewhere in this house or, in my office or whatever. And, it's costing me like, what, 40 a month or something like that just for the papers now, the subscriptions. I try and get, I'll have a few coffees or whatever. I don't really get breakfast, so to speak. Sometimes I did today. But, I get the papers. I get 2, 3, 4 coffees, sometimes some breakfast. I should give a shout out to Pete Murray and Kesh, actually, as well as everybody else that supports my channel. But they sent something on Revolut, and the Revolut's very good for me with this one because with these videos, because when people use that, the link's in the video description. God loves a try. It means that it goes on like a virtual card. So in the cafe in the morning, I can actually just like tap my phone on the thing, and it feels like it doesn't, affect me. It feels like it's not going out on my banks. It's like a virtual card where people have supported me on here. And I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for people like Pete and Kesh on Revolut. Those of you that use the super thanks button on here, my channel members, you make it possible. And what I'm trying to say is that, by reviewing the papers in a Spanish environment, it's helping my Spanish knowledge. I'm gaining more confidence because trust me, when you put on the spot and everyone around you is Spanish and the gaffer stood there, talking to you and people can hear you, everything you seem to forget. But it's helping me with my confidence. I'm a confident person anyway in a normal environment. But what I'm trying to say here is thanks. Thanks for watching these videos about the Spanish paper reviews. Thanks for supporting me. It's helping me on a personal level as well, is what I'm trying to say here with my Spanish. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. And just very quickly, for breakfast this morning, there you go. I did have a breakfast this morning, thanks to you guys. There we go. We had a bocadillo, we had pork, Spanish bacon, a bit of cheese. There's Trent there, look, I just mentioned, have I mentioned him yet? Yes, I have mentioned him. So I did treat myself to a bocadillo today. With the Revolut thing, but I'm going out to the football. I think it's a good idea to have a few sherbets. I've got to meet the minibus in 30 minutes and I'm still sat here, so I need to get a move on. Thanks guys is what I'm trying to say. Okay, what else we got? Finally, Newcastle's Eddie Howe eyes history in Cup final. Mundo Deportivo, pro Barcelona. They touch on tomorrow's cup final and focus on Newcastle boss Eddie Howe, saying it's time to make history. They mentioned the boss defending Nunez's penalty miss, saying it was just a penalty, and generally touch on the team news. All right, that's it. I bet you're like, God, I wish these videos were this length all the time. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. I am literally, I'm late. I'm going to the football. I left Spanish football, if you don't know, it's David Villa's team that he owns. I'm going to go and see them. You can watch the game this afternoon. CF Benidorm, if you look that up on YouTube, it'll take you to their page. It should be on there. Kickoff's at 3 p.m. UK. It's an important game. I've got my bags ready. I'm all good. The manager put something on social media today and I liked it and just said, good luck at the game. See you there and all that. And he was like, thank you, amigo. Thank you for your support and all that, which is really, really nice. Do you know what I mean? It's got that great vibe about it. So, and Brian Partridge is going with me today. He's one of my cop talkers, watches my videos and he's a channel member and he's coming to the game with one of his mates because they're over here. So that'd be nice, wouldn't it, for them? I hope so anyway. We'll have a good laugh regardless of the result. But I really must go. I've got to be down there in half an hour. All right. So, hey, I feel like I've rushed the video, but I've told you everything that there is. Nothing about Trent and Real Madrid, they're out like that, or Diaz and Barcelona. My prediction is that we'll see something to do with Luis Diaz and Barcelona in the next week or so. I think what I mean by that is a bit more speculation, probably in sport in Spain, but we'll see. I don't think you'll hear from me again today, guys. I do hope you'll hear from me tomorrow. But never know, I might be able to go live or do some video clips. Remember, if you follow me on X and Instagram at Duncan Oldham, I'm sure you'll see something from the game today. If you're interested, if you're a football fan, I'm sure that, you want us to do well. And I'm sure, you know what I mean? Like, it's football, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I'm buzzing, but I've got to go. All right, guys. thanks to those of you that support my YouTube channel. And support includes watching the video, right? It does, guys. Please don't ever feel bad because you can't get me a coffee or out like that. The fact that you watch the videos, you thumbs up the videos, you drop me a comment when you can, that's amazing support for me. It really is. It makes it feel worthwhile. If no one was watching the videos, I think, what's the point? I won't do these Spanish ones then. But it's good for me. It's good for me. I feel so much better getting out, I do, honest, because normally I just work from home every day and that's it. But every morning I go out now and do them things and I'm learning my Spanish and it's helping me, you know what I mean? So I'm just really grateful. All right, so if you appreciate this video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment if you've got anything to say. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can hit the super thanks button. If you especially want to support, the newspapers video, the Spanish newspapers, you can use the super thanks or you can use that Revolut link in the video description. That's a blind to that one. But I just, whatever's convenient to you is good enough for me. Drop me a comment, a thumbs up, coshing out, you know what I mean? Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll speak tomorrow about this fucking proper football tomorrow. Well, that's a bit mean, actually. I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, what I know where your heart is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on and all that. My mates have set off. They're on the way to the game. The Newcastle fans, they're from here and they're already on the way. All right, guys, have a great weekend. All right.